We're doing a Sana Cast podcast right now.
Okay.
You got your girl Sana.
Your boy DC.
Right.
DC is not here. Sorry. DC is not here. No, your player partner G-Biz.
You really got darker in Cancun,
G-Biz.
DC.
I
see.
know, right.
I see you
Switched it all
shining.
up.
Nice and chocolate. And of course, our special guest. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Tichina Arnold.
Yes.
I'm Jimmy Fells.
And of course, we're talking about The Last Black Man in San Francisco, the film that you guys have breaking out this weekend.
Look,
I'm like fangirling right now.
look, I'm fangirling on this movie. That's what I'm doing. This movie, to be a part of this movie was just, I'm so honored. I mean, it is just an amazing film. And I was saying to Jimmy, I was like, every black man in America needs to see this film. But I'll let him talk about it because it's about him and his life. But I'm going to set it up that I'm just really happy to be a part of this film. I'm so honored because it's a body of work that I think will live on forever.
Yeah.
There's
Forever.
a new thing of awareness movies that are just, thank God, are doing so well and are so successful. And of course, your story, baby. I mean, you wrote the movie, so tell us about it.
Well, I mean, we were just trying to archive the city that we grew up in because it's changed so much. That's what we were really trying to do with the movie. We weren't trying to be heavy-handed with the gentrification. We weren't trying to shove it down your throat. It was just sort of it's always on the back end, but it's really just about me trying to get my house back that I lost. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that because, of what's happening in the Bay Area and everybody being displaced from their homes.
Yeah.
And everybody's home means whatever it does to them. For me, it was like a place where all my family was. So for me, that's what that meant, and that's why I was so kind of obsessed with that because I wanted to be like my grandpa and have a house and be well known and whatever,
Right.
So that's really what it is. I'm just in love with the house. The house is basically my love interest. We didn't choose a woman for that. We just chose the house, basically. So
Yeah, folks were talking about there's, no romantic thing going on, but it's a serious situation. It's a life story that doesn't really, involve a love story, but a story of your love, like you said, for your home.
That just kind of would have took you out of it if we would have added it because we had that before, but it just we just realized
took the focus off of it.
Yeah, we just were like, that's not part of the story, and it's just not. We don't need that, necessarily. So, but
I love the fact that there is no love interest and that his love is for the house. Because if you think about it, how can you love anybody else if you don't find the love in yourself or the comfort in yourself first?
Yeah,
and the fact that there isn't a woman or love interest to take away from what the story is about.
Yeah.
And this story has this movie has so many backdrops to it and so many storylines that my favorite part was one of my favorite parts was when you walk up to the confrontation on the corner and I don't want to give it away.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
But
I didn't expect, but it was so impactful.
Such a strong scene, and and being a black man and understanding the stigma that a lot of times face us, especially when you talk about confrontation. For it to move to that point was like, wow,
Yes.
It shows you that there's healing that needs to go on
Yes.
here, and
Yes.
and that was great that you were able to show that it's okay for us to heal each other. You know what I mean? I think that was beautiful.
Yeah.
So this home that's in the film, that's your actual one,
so that's the movie house because it just
gotcha.
it just was so
Fat.
magic when we walked in.
Right.
When we was location scouting and we walked in there, it was just like a whole different mood as soon as you walked into that house. My real house is on Carmelita Street, it's by DuBose Park.
Oh, okay.
But it just it wasn't that cinematic. It's just like it's a house. It means a lot to me, but
Right.
it didn't look like that crazy on camera. And I'm sure they redid the inside. I never knocked on the door to go inside
see
or try
what,
to look inside. Because I didn't want the white people calling the cops on me.
or throwing croissants at you.
Right.
So my question in that is, with this gentrification thing that we're talking about, do you have any idea what your parents might have or your family might have paid for that home? Or the mortgage they paid compared to what its value is to this day, because it all goes back to the same thing, and people just can't afford to live here.
I don't know the exact numbers on mine, but I know Joe's family, they got a house, it's a Victorian, and it's in Bernal Heights, Mission border, right? And I think they bought their house for somewhere around in 94 or something. I think they bought it after they had Joe's little brother, and he was born 94, and I think they got it for somewhere between 500,000 and 800,000, and it's like a nice house. I love their house.
Yeah.
We did a lot of art there, and it was I lived with them for a while, and now I'm sure it's worth 3 million,
3 million
or something like
at
that,
least.
somewhere
That's what I was
around
thinking,
there.
yeah.
You know, so and that's like starting out. You know, I'm
Right.
sure they could, you know, find, but and it's probably it's probably somewhere similar for my house. Mine isn't as big, but I always kind of remembered it a certain way. I wanted to, if we could have recreated it the way I remembered it, I would have, but you know, that just would have been a whole nother thing. It's like budget things, and it's our first movie, whatever. But yeah.
A lot of people have talked about your bromance with your homie Montgomery. That's in the movie, right? And you've got Jamal Truelove in there, which is our boy 10 Millie, which he went through police injustice and ended up coming up on top after serving some time or whatever. But it was just dope to see him in there. That boy right there is crazy.
Yeah, it really was. It was crazy how we even found him. Like, we just went in. We were trying to find little kids for the rock fight, so we went to United Players, because I know Rudy. I used to be part of United Players back then.
Rudy,
and,
that's
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everybody know Rudy.
Stays working.
So we went in there, and we was just doing like a read with like some of the like younger teens in there, and then Jamal just walked in and was like, "Oh, what y'all doing?" And then he just read, and it was just like, I mean, he just immediately was just like open and vulnerable. And like, this is a dude that just did like 6.5, years. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even tripping about playing a role that was like not necessarily, it's like. I don't want to say soft, but you know what I mean? It's like he had to show kind of a softer side of himself.
You know? Yeah.
So that was cool.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, no, and he does have a good heart. I mean, he's always over there like with the kids and stuff, and he's always just he definitely is a presence when he's around. Too.
Yeah,
right.
So,
Shut up.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was good to see him on there, man. You had all my folks in there, him, Gunna. I mean,
Gunna,
so it was really dope to see the cast that you really kept from the city in the movie. I mean, how many native San Franciscans did you have in there? I mean, Danny Glover.
Glover, the Jenny was in there. Willie Hen is in there.
Yeah.
San Quinn is in there.
Quince.
Gunna. All the Greek chorus. Jordan. He also raps too. He's really good too. Javon, that's the homie. He had the cheetah hair in there. He's from the city. Man, so many people, man. And
I was the only one trying to get rid of my New York accent.
Really? But you had already been out the city, though. You was like, look, I left that a long time ago. I'm out here in Richmond or wherever you was hanging. She was like, I'm not messing with that.
Right. That's how it was on my audition. You know, when he was like, okay, we just got to get rid of the New York accent. You know, I'm like, man.
Nah, she didn't have no problem. She didn't have no problems with that once we was on set.
So Tichina plays your aunt.
Yeah.
And watching him go through what he's going through, right? We keep talking about his love for his home where he grew up. That his family, you got to see the situation to happen and how he shows his love to the home and how he's not able to let go and what he's willing to put himself through in order to, keep a hold of what's most precious to him. Like your part in watching him go through that. Like, how do you...
I love the role when I read for it because she's kind of the grounding for him.
Yeah.
You know? But so there's a way to play me being honest with him, but not too honest and not too giving him too much information where it'll be, a letdown for him. It's almost like watching a child and, having that child walk on his own. He has to feel it and see it for himself. So to play that, and then Joe gave me a lot of Joe Talbot, our wonderful, wonderful director.
I mean, did an awesome job.
Right.
I mean,
Awesome
the
job.
look of the film is amazing.
Yeah, so he gave me some wonderful notes just to, where she should be in terms of, her relationship with Jimmy. Because I didn't know, when you have a fictitious character, I didn't even ask you what.
Well, no, I mean, it is based off.
Art?
I mean, I ain't even gonna.
Okay, see,
you're not gonna put your auntie out there like that.
She's a fictitious character. We don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta keep it. But I thought it was just a wonderful role, a grounding for the main character, for him to have some type of solace, and for him to be able to follow through with what he needs to for himself, what he needs to grasp for himself in terms of reality. So that that last scene that he and I have in the yard, it's San Francisco's loss because it's about the person, it's not about the house. But how do you tell somebody that it's really, the house is gone? It's not about that. It's about you and how you come out of it. So this film altogether touched on so many different levels of issues that Black people have.
maybe mental
today.
health.
Yeah,
and
mental
fighting
health, a
all
lot.
kinds of things.
It's like
Yes,
a lot of issues that
homelessness,
don't get addressed.
gentrification. You know,
I mean, stereotypical, black man titles and what you're supposed to look like and dress like, and
Oh, which is great. Their relationship, the bromance is just dope. The bromance is dope because you don't. I know a lot of relationships like that, but we don't see it conveyed in
because everybody's
films.
too hard to act like they can't love a friend like a brother or whatever.
Two motherfuckers riding on a skateboard. Come on, man.
Right.
You can't. It's just the visual of it. It's just soothing to know that there's still human beings out there like that can, really love each other and respect each other and understand each other's space and really be friends and be honest with each other, protect each other, help each other. There's so many different dynamics in this film that we could be here forever talking about it because it touches on all of that, and I love what how they just put it together and made sense out of it. So you walk away leaving like, wow, that was amazing. You learned something.
And I like how you kept it real Beta Breakers too, with all the naked white men that was in it.
I
was like, what the hell is going on?
I was like, bro, authentic.
I don't ever want to go to that bus stop. That's all I'm saying.
You are.
But it's also like, even in that scene, it's like to just like I'm not even tripping. I'm used to seeing that. So
right.
Make like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
not used to that. You from here? Come on now.
That's why he said.
You are used to it. Again, we've hyped it up so much, but again, I keep saying that I'm loving how like this new genre of movies, like
Blind Spotting,
or movies like yours, Last Black Man in San Francisco, are just people are not only supporting it but loving it and raving about it, and it's not just like, oh, this is whatever. Like people aren't just looking for that fictional story all the time. So true stories are doing so much better now, and it's just it's amazing. So congratulations.
Thank you.
It is beautifully shot, beautifully
really
directed. You guys did a great job. I mean, you telling your own story, and of course you, BDB.
Listen, I'm just BDB is just a little part of it, honey. I got my little space in it, but I mean, just an amazing body of work, and we don't get like me as an actress. You have to understand, I get millions of scripts. I get script after script after script, and I haven't read a lot of good scripts. You just very rarely do you read good scripts, and reading this script, I couldn't even. Your imagination is far beyond what a book could when you read something,
you get to paint your own picture.
I couldn't even paint, like reading it. I was just like, how is he gonna shoot this? How, like, it was baffling to me at first. And then when I actually just saw it, like even the scene that we had when he first comes to my house, I'm like, he used they walked through the fields. Like Joe was like, let's use, like he just used San Francisco's backdrop. Just beautiful. Beautiful. And it made me look at San Francisco in a different way. You just.
Well, how'd you look at it before? Because we know you from the East.
I was when I first did Martin, I was missing New York. I was for the first time missing cold weather and kind of missing Christmas, that whole thing, and the snow and all of that.
Right.
So I used to fly here by myself and just kind of walk around because it was cold. It was an hour plane ride.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I could come here
kind of close,
and get my little New York feel. So San Francisco always, because it's raw. You get somebody that's like has $1 million and somebody that's like has 2 pennies to rub together walking on the same sidewalk.
Right.
So that's what San Francisco was to me. But then just filming in that house and just I'd never been in one of those Victorian houses.
They're beautiful.
I mean, I walked in, I was just like, whoa.
Right.
So I've been learning so much about San Francisco. I'm still learning.
Well, you're welcome.
Besides, this is a great city. I would like to see less homelessness.
Right.
Wouldn't we all?
I would like to see less homelessness.
Wouldn't
It is sad,
It's
saddening.
very sad.
So hopefully, a film like this can bring awareness to the city. And bring some more funding to help all the homelessness that's on the streets.
Exactly.
And bring the art back, because the art community is just dwindling. It was hard for us to even find collaborators. Luckily, we found the collaborators we did. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to make this film. So it took, 70, 80 people that all came out to Sundance for the premiere for us and stuff. It was crazy, just the love and support we got from everybody and all the, artists and stuff. So
that's dope.
So hopefully you see how you need to go to the theaters and check this out, though. This weekend is going to be out there, The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Yes.
So I appreciate y'all coming in, Jimmie, Tichina, man.
Thank you
for supporting.
Of course.
Yeah.
Come on now. You did that here.
Like, I honestly never thought I'd be on 106, to be honest. I've been listening to 106 since I was, 4.
I mean, it's buttons and us, and that's it. What you did is so much bigger, and it's gonna, add to the community. So it's a beautiful thing. We try to do it too on a daily.
Hey, man.
Talking shit.
I mean, that's about it. But definitely, man, make sure you get out there, check out this film, Last Black Man in San Francisco. It's a beautiful work of art, man.
Yes.
You did a fantastic job.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.